seeing how they do throughout this weekend. Definitely somebody who could potentially make some upsets throughout this bracket. Meanwhile, of course, Rebel not quite sure who they're going to play, but it's always interesting to see who we get in these first round one pool sets.
Well, actually, Rebel's fighting out of Stoke-on-Trent, the Wake Up-on-Trent green grounds that is over there. So it's nice to see some, obviously, the local players coming on out. I will say I'm unsure, obviously, who Rebel is playing in at the moment. It was kind of funny because when I was looking over this pool, there is a lot of people from our scene here. We've got the likes of, obviously, Fudge with Viz and S1.
Yep.
Walked up to me, they went, how do I make KC? And I'm like, I was like, you're missing S1. You kind of just you're in that moment. You're in that. You're in that situation. You just gotta suck it up. You just gotta play what is possibly one of the best faces. If obviously not.
I would say the best. I would happily, humbly give that title up to him. He's put the results in. I mean, he got that victory at Brussels Challenge, I believe, a few months ago as well. Came off fit at crossover last week.
Yep.
So definitely been doing incredibly well for himself. Ooh, I see the Willness coming out on the screen. A brand new character, of course. If I had a word for him, it would be a menace. I think he's quite the menace at the moment.
I seen a great tweet. I don't know if it was actually you or Cake saying that he's actually really fun to fight against. In regards to obviously just trying to play around, not his zone and tools, but his far buttons, like obviously far H and far M. He's so fun to play against because he's very much like, if you're not careful in them situations, getting punished by this man, it feels good in a weird way, because when you see them combos, you're like, they're sick combos. And you know the way, obviously, the way he's frame linking them together, they're so, so cool. Especially when you get some of them sort of loops in the corner, the close medium into the DP.
Yep.
Very, very clean. And you know what? Fun character. We've got another chef in the cast. I love it.
He do be cooking. Maybe a little bit too much. He does leave things in ashes sometimes. We will have to wait and see if poor UL is going to be the one left in ashes here. The Pyro is going to give a fantastic fight. Round one starting off.
Starting off immediately onto that front foot. Put Rebel into the corner, caught onto that low straight away. Not looking to try and press, unfortunately. Found ourselves getting counter hit there, and it's a nice bit of damage coming out from Pyro. Just sets it to the corner once more. Tip tapping away. The gas pedal light coming run through. Big finish onto the EXDP. Should be able to. Ooh, never mind.
Yeah, missing the conversion there into SDA, I think would have been enough for the KO, but the far light frame trap is going to do it. Pyro in the first round.
Clean coming out from Pyro there. Didn't really give Rebel a real chance to come out. Called out with DP a couple times. There onto the side of the Willness, just trying to use that light attack just to try and get anything from it though. Gordon's going to be counted out once more though. Onto the lows though. I like the attempt to try and pop up with 2-2H. Not much from it though, as you're stuck in the corner itself. Maybe go with the knee in that situation to travel across the screen. Big out on the counter hit though.
Yeah, huge pull out with the 2-2H right there. Out the backflip. Pyro finally DPing out. The offensive situation here. Big bar medium.
Ooh. Oh no! It's a catastrophe of buttons coming out from Rebel here. We're just trying to find something as we got Pyro on the ropes, and we do eventually get it with a big old sweep into the corner. The Flaming Fist just to end it. I love that win post, by the way, as well. This man's massive as well. He's touching health bars.
He is huge. And yeah, that even though it's -9, the 226L very often safe against a lot of characters. A lot of characters can't actually fill that space with a 9-frame button fast enough. There we go, he gets another count hit with far medium this time. He's going to set up the OT with the light DP, or medium DP. Ooh, getting out of that range once again. And yeah, Rebel not respecting these plus frames from Pyro at the moment, but Pyro taking some of these links.
Tapping onto the match with the overhead, breaking that guard, taking away that brave point. What a piece right now. Rebel in the weird situation though, could have been huge if Pyro just got that into the corner. I like the attempt with the EX name, but not much wrong though. Massive jump ins.
The BC against -9, just taking a turn back, but now very close. Oh, goes into the 6XL instead of the Starlight right there. Ooh! The counter from the parry stance. Very close between these two in that first game. Pyro taking it though.
Yeah, Rebel giving Pyro a run for their money. There's Willness doing a lot, just upset a lot of the flow. Some of the buttons going out. Haven't been connecting them right into situations, but straight hits on Willness can do so much damage against obviously lower health characters. himself, obviously. If he can get that straight over to the corner, if he can get everything chained together, you are a walking tank. Nice roll forward though, it's up to the grab as well, but just going to get out of that with the EX flip. No messing around inside the Pyro. Just trying to keep it nice and clean with the knock-it on the door, catch it onto the low, should be able to get into the corner. Straight to the skybound door. I don't even think we need it actually.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Pyro has been dropping a couple of those confirms in the corner, but managing to keep it tight right there. Yeah, 1 round until the next game.
Clean. Still keeping Pyro on their toes though. Rebel just doing enough just to sort of upset some of the flow. Making sure that the UL is not just sort of an autopilot, auto flow. It might be round 1 pools, but you've always got to stay active.
Yep. Catch them low, and yeah, Pyro's been having a hard time actually blocking those overheads so far. Rebel not really confirming off of them. Meanwhile, Pyro maximizing his damage, gets the wall bounce here into the 2H. Here's the situation, plus on the low.
It's kind of big from Preble as well, because we've been stuck into the corner so much. We've been not seeing them to 50-50 situations you can do with Wilness as well. Sort of one of his biggest strengths that he can set up into the corner. And it's all Pyro right now. Once again, should be able to end once more with that skybound art, and we certainly will. Found the kinks in the armor that is Rebel's defense, and we're starting to run away with it once more, but it's going to be one more game for the UL.
Yeah, we are, of course, running full first to 3 here at VSF, so plenty of games to be played. So far, it feels like Pyro is getting a little bit more comfortable with his overall spacing, playing around Rebel's 2M incredibly well so far, in particular. Nice jump out the corner.
Side switch as well. It means we can do so much now against Rebel. Just keep them guessing. Like we're saying, we're knocking on the door, we're barging on in, we're getting the damage that we need big onto the PC though. And I'm liking these instant flips coming out from Pyro in them situations. Doesn't want to be caught by Rebel sort of doing anything a little bit too wild, because you don't know what's happening obviously in these style of matches, especially when you're playing against someone you don't know who you're fully going to play as. Pyro just doing enough just to take down Rebel there though. 1 round away, just going through to that 2nd round. Pyro losing this will be out, but not fully out, obviously down to losers.
Yeah, definitely important in these early sets to be able to have your game plan solidified. And Rebel getting that medium knee, but not converting into the DP. Counter even allows you to convert even further. Clustering right there. That time, Rebel not challenging straight away, but Pyro this time going for the late action to catch. Oh, big counter this time, gets to convert into more stance pressure.
Coming out, just testing the waters with it. Over the pressure and with the U skills at this moment. Big throw into the corner though. Next it should hit. The flight dance. Gonna go 2M though. Oh, straight over into the corner. Not gonna get much with it though. Trying to catch low with that 2-2 It's straight hits. It's latex. Still a chance for Rebel here, but it will just be the Tatsu going on in Pyro. A little bit of a breathe out there, especially towards the end. That EX knee flying on in.
Yep.
Unexpected.
Yep, flying all the way, getting Pyro into the corner, but Pyro knew the lead that he had, able to kind of hold it together and just advancing on to the next game. Very, very nice.
Certainly was. Rebel obviously moving down to loser's side there. Gave us a good show. It's nice to get the Will Nass in straight away as well. Obviously legal for this tournament. Brand new character. I've been enjoying him. Have you been enjoying him?
I've been enjoying labbing him. I've been enjoying finding out combos with him. I haven't really hopped on game mode. You know, I'm a Percy loyalist. The only character so far that made me shift some time online with him was Galleon so far.
Ooh.
But yeah, he is definitely a cool, potentially very strong character. We'll have to wait and see as time goes on. Next up, we're going to be having Eris versus Vanilla D-Pads. Eris, of course, very well known in the northern and Scottish scene. Holding it down with the Lancelots. We might even see a bit of the 2B as well.
Maybe. A character that's received some nice touch-ups in regards to obviously the patch itself. I will say I've seen some funny tweets about it, but obviously we're focusing on the tournament today. Vanilla D-Pad themselves, I don't even think I've seen much of Vanilla. I think 33rd was the last time they got out here at VSFighting. I think lost to D-Blanks.
Yes.
Might have been. Yeah. So it would be nice to see them onto the stage as well. Obviously, both obviously still winner's side. I believe Eris is, yeah, you said 2B. I got the cheat sheet from you, I should be looking at it.
Lance / 2B. We may see the 2B, we'll probably see the Lance. Both players repping their Dash lights.
I love it.
Shout out to the crop top, very nice.
I seen the Twitter post about that as well. She ordered it in. She was like, I'm gonna try and see if I can convert this.
Yep.
I think it was like an hour later. It was like crop top sorted, and I'm like, you know what? That's peak. That's
absolutely
peak.
rocking them.
I need to see more of them at the event. I need to see more of the Dash light attack shirts at the event. So yeah, with the wilderness, that is fresh. That is fresh from Amazon. That is. Remember, you go to Amazon.com, you want to get them. All proceeds go to side games. Shout out side games. I love that we've lent into it as well. It was obviously, it was a fan-made shirt given to Fukuhara. I think he wore it to an event last year. I can't remember what event, though. It might have been, I want to say Tokyo Game Show off the top of my head.
Something like that.
Yeah. And I like the instant report from the community was like, we want them shirts. We want them shirts. I'm so glad I got them. I got my Lowain one at home. I've got my, I haven't brought my Siegfried one. Siegfried one stayed in Liverpool. I love it, man. The thing is, that's the thing with this community as well, because letting jokes are sort of run. Obviously, you got like the signs as well that you tend to get to the crowd. Honestly, I can't think of a better game obviously being around it than it is obviously Granblue.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun and passion in the community. It's always great to see. Hovering over the Vical. I don't think we're seeing Vical.
I'd love to. I mean, obviously we've seen it last week in. We've seen it last week in the crossover top 8 with Ty rocking it against Fitterson. I think they went 2 games down, so they've accepted their fate. And they were like, you know what, I'll just rock the Vicalo. Let's give something people to cry about. Got close, I'll be honest with you. So I think second round in that game against the Beatrix got very, very close against Fitterson. But ultimately 3-0 Fitterson moved on to obviously get third at the event. Second at the event. Against Space.
Yep.
Obviously rocking both that Beatrix and Siegfried. Probably going to be rocking the same this weekend.
Yeah,
obviously not on free rotation though.
It was funny seeing that, because obviously, had you watched most of that bracket, both Space and Fitterson primarily played Beatrix out of that bracket. It was not until Grand Finals where we saw them both, running the Cagliostro versus the Siegfried. And those are the 2 characters on the free rotation rather than the Beatrix.
It's great. I will note as well, when they did first play I think their winner's side game, they both did obviously the Beatrix mirror, but it was they asked for blind picks before they were going in.
Okay.
It'd be nice if we see obviously some more here, but obviously we're going to be sticking with our first match here. Like we said, Eris versus Vanilla.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Right, looks like they are button checking. I do wonder if Eris is actually going to stick it out on the 2B for the set, if she feels more comfortable playing the 2B into a character like Hag, or are we going to... Or is this just a fake out? Because people love doing this. They love going into character select or the button check with a certain character and then picking a completely different one.
It's the first mix-up. It's like when you get like a cosplayer, they're dressed up as like maybe like sort of like you get someone who's dressed up like Vicolo, they sit down and immediately they pick Siegfried and you're like, what's going on here? What's happening? Someone's got like the way in ears, they sit down and they play Percy and you're like, this is not on. I am being bamboozled on my own game. But obviously, like you said, she does have the Lancelot in the back, who obviously himself has received some amazing buffs in regards to the patch as well. A lot of moves generally just getting obviously a damage increase in terms of obviously mix, especially obviously some of the cooldowns as well in regards to obviously how fast their moves do come out. I would love obviously to see more of them coming to the events. We have got a lot more, obviously, Lancelots across, obviously, not just obviously the EU, but obviously the US as well. And there are plenty of events coming up along that way. Obviously, we're a couple of weeks out from UFA, which is going to be a platinum event for this game. And obviously, a month after that is going to be the illustrious Evo Nice. Yes. It's obviously another massive platinum event.
Yeah, we saw some fantastic Lancelot gameplay at Evo a couple of weeks ago. I know Elysian was able to take out the Mera on the other side, Fukunaga with the Lancelot as well. But here we have, of course, Eris coming through with the, as you mentioned, the buffed Lancelot now with, as you said, the damage increases, particularly to the Wrecker, as well as the improvements to the Turbulence, Mage Teleport going further, and arguably most crucially, 2L to 2M counter. The fact that she can, Lancelot can now do that as a true string, and that actually combos, really, really valuable quality of life change for that character.
I can't remember if... Oh, the crowd type, I love it!
Well,
let's hear it for Latsar! Woo!
I think that's Effie in particular, hyping up her fellow TF girl. Alright, big start for Vanilla D-Pad so far, but there we go. There's that 2-2-H, the turbulence allowing Eris that opening. Wow, the immediate 2L match coming out from Vanilla D-Pad has his teleport cooldown to get the side switch. Answering in kind with the 2L RS of her own. Eris now taking Vanilla D-Pad back to the corner.
Ooh, trying to find that gap once more. Unfortunately, Vanilla going to be getting punished there. It's going to be a massive counter straight into the corner. I don't think we kill. We do get the stagger though. We're actually getting pretty close. We didn't get. No. Left on just a pixel once more. Yeah, understandable onto the DB. She finds just the trap to set up as well. Trying to teleport over it though. Nearly go back into that trap. Would have been a fantastic. But you know what? As the shit says, dash, light, attack. Eris ending it there. A very, very close round slot. Explosive from the pair of them as well.
Yeah, both players very, very willing to go for those aggressive defensive options. Helping and hurting. That is punishable. Nice punish from Eris. Doesn't convert right there.
No. Teleport in, no big BC as well. They get off me. He's not going to get punished for it, though, as Eris got the pressure into the corner. Really nice teleport to get out of that situation, though. Unfortunately, to the instant response coming out from Eris, and a really nice with the side twist as she keeps it going into the corner. Just staggering that just to make sure that we don't go too over. Combo limit will come through, though. Ooh, and quick onto the reset once more. Should be able to get this at the end.
On challenge there, against the fireball pressure, you will get clipped, and that will allow Eris to take the first game. Again, both players being super active on defense right now, but it is fighting Vanilla D-Pad a little bit more than it is Eris. The trade round start.
Ooh! I want to say obviously BC attempt
yep.
and maybe, but getting caught out, messing with the corner once more. I feel like Eris has had so many of these situations where we've just sort of had Vanilla D-Pad onto the back foot, and we've tried to catch up with the 2L. Sometimes it works, sometimes it hasn't worked. Vanilla, it's going to work this time around though. 6XM obviously gets the overhead switch as well. Ooh!
Missing out on the car heavy, just out of range right there.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, what a catch with the H teleport right there, but not quite able to convert. The D-Pad now with the corner control, side swaps, and Eris with the challenge. That is going to be enough to take the round back.
Alternate wake up button straight into the skybound arc as well. Should be able to kill, obviously notoriously not doing a whole lot of damage, but enough to secure the round here for Eris as she goes one more up. Obviously halfway through now, so obviously getting some movement on. The D-Pad just onto the back foot. Has been active on the defense, like you said. Obviously, a lot of chances obviously with 2L, sorry, without just 2L. Spot to the buttons right there, though. 5-8. Just doing enough. Big BC as well with the get off me. Not playing around, though.
Wow, catching out the Blade Impulse with the teleport right there. As the trap goes too high. And again, not wanting to block at all. There's the U Southern Cross, the range buff on that, allowing it to close the gap even better than before. And the DP, Vanilla D-Pad with a round on the board.
Crowd hyping it up. Start of the day, but we're already at 100% right now. He's doing a fantastic job. Flashing on down though, no better counter here. It's going to be massive onto the traps as well though. Ooh, didn't get the side that she wanted, but we'll still have the pressure to the corner. Wow. The run up DP, you know what? I love it.
Sure, maybe that was a DP, maybe that was meant to be like a 2U or something, but it worked out for the Vanilla D-Pad once again, now holding the corner position, goes for the raw RS. And now you're in a great position, but no goes beyond that. But there it is, gets clipped by the trap at the last second, evening up the set 1-1.
Back and forth in this right now. Vanilla D-Pad doing a fantastic job of just keeping Eris locked up in a lot of situations. That was a great teleport as well, just to catch him to the left-hand side. I feel like we're seeing Eris a lot in these situations. Challenge on that! That was a crazy reaction.
Insane right there with the throw. This rhythm of Vanilla D-Pad so erratic right now. Eris not quite ready for it, but still getting this big corner damage. Reset once again into the fireball.
you low, going for the jump in. We are holding our block button. Oh my, nice light attack against the wall bounce. Don't think we're going to kill here. We should be able to set up for a really nice reset, though. If she can find it. Oh, we did have it with the projectile, but not much more with it, though. BC to back into the corner. Big DP to try and get out. Vanilla trying to find anything as we get the corner pressure for ourselves now. Dashing out with the use skill, though. Oh.
That is plus. The use Southern Cross is a plus on block option. You cannot take your turn back. Unless Eris will get that big, close, heavy.
Rock out straight away, get the spot dodge on a Dodo, and he falls under that any more than we need to. A fantastic finish just to get the teleport back. Doesn't look too much more with it though. Just trying to find them opportunities. We'll get it with the teleport. Ooh, and actually get the wall bounce, unfortunately. Just too far away to get any conversion.
Once again, Vanilla D-pad in control. Is that going to trigger the trap? No, not quite. But there is the ace teleport. Meaty hits the combo limit early because of the extension, plus frames on the air teleport.
Tap.
Oh, the pressure, and there's the DP again. Evening up the rounds once more. It's Vanilla D-pad.
Fantastic coming out from Vanilla there. Putting Eris under a lot of pressure. Still round the piece though, but catch up on the teleport straight away. Traps are set. It's getting difficult for this Lancelot now just to try and maneuver around some of this playing field. We do get to have to go big into the BC to get on me. Vanilla defying the pressure. Gets the combos now. Gets the settles once more. Big up to the jumping. And no, I was going to say, I think we can actually kill. We get the conversion with the skybound. Oh, but no. Dropped it, unfortunately.
Oh! Again with the DP, and it looked like Eris was trying to shimmy outside that range. Tag DP, one of the stubbier ones in the game, but now Vanilla D-pad up 2-1 here against Eris. We may see a potential upset already here at VSF. Eris definitely not going to go down without a fight.
Certainly not. She's going to be battling for this place right now. Does not want to make that Grim Reaper run into losers. Too much of a threat for anyone to make. Enough to get back into this though. She's currently getting caught up by this Cagliostro though. Vanilla just really getting the pressure, trying to get into the pulse game right now. We've been so clean on these teleports as well in regards to sort of with the jump-ins, playing around the traps as well, catching on the right-hand side. So many times we've caught Eris out. Big onto the 2L.
Ooh. Another good DP right there coming out from the Vanilla D-pad, but there is the match with the 2L. Eris finally getting a huge clean hit in the corner, but missing out on the record follow-up.
Played out. It's an early BC on the side of Vanilla. Catch out on into it. Defense Eris taking the most of it as she's getting the first round once more, but we've seen Vanilla come back in these situations, take the full game.
The round start trade again between these two. Slightly in the favor of Tag, but very nice again. The JU, Eris always been an enjoyer of that option to come down and apply that offense. Even the hit right there, and again another DP coming out from Vanilla D-pad.
Ooh, you know, I like the intro from Vanilla there. A bit of pressure with the hula hoop, but pulls out straight away to the counter hit. That is insane! Keep it going with the raging strikes. You should be able to get over to the corner. Eris, unfortunately, we don't have proper conversion there. Call out onto the trap call as well into the air. We're going to a 2-2 situation. Already at the start of the day, we're seeing a first to free value match.
And I think that was crucial for Eris right there. The way that she was establishing, or able to establish the momentum at the round end right there, I think was incredibly important. It felt like, particularly in those last two interactions, she had a very strong read on what Vanilla D-pad wanted to do at the end right there. Heading back to the main menu.
How we got?
Potential.
It's 2-2. Are we?
Yep. It is first to 3 throughout this entire bracket, so.
Some people too used to the first to 2. We gotta. Yep. We need to teach more people here. We need to get it worldwide, spread across. People need to know the value of first to 3. We want to see more Granblue. That's what we want here. We want to see more games. This game is too sick to keep it restricted to a first to 2.
Yeah, especially when we're getting nail bites at opening sets like this.
Cagliostro.
course, a lot of our round one sets are done and dusted. We will be moving on to, I believe, our round two sets after this.
Active pool. Got a really good crowd for this match as well. Just looking over. Has been an exciting one. We go straight back into it. Vanilla getting called out once more. Trying to get the chaps into the air. Teleport as well, just trying to get away. That's like that. Going to be enough just to keep it stunted into the corner. Once again, just trying to find them openings with the 2 L's. Eris not letting it up though, as he's keeping this going and is looking extra clean.
Yeah, that time the safe meaty versus the DP. Eris kind of slowing things down a beat and is able to take that round in dominant fashion now at set point.
Lean. I like the awareness from here as well, just to be like, look, I know there's been so many times that you've DP'd in the situation. Low health as well, so it's like, I'm just going to wait about, I'm just going to see what you do. Vanilla obviously DP straight away. Big punish going out from Eris, especially into the corner once more, trying to go for the BC. Huge from Eris to keep this going. It's all about this momentum right now to try and get this last game.
This time, big DP, but tries to meet in the air. You can't do that versus Lance DP. It is invincible on the way down. The Vanilla D-pad finally finding a solid opening.
Caught out by the rock attempt, maybe. Spot dodge coming on through. He's going to get punished though. Who hits into the corner? Trapped to be in set. Go for a high-low. A big BC to get off me. Vanilla got a high health right now, but that's a massive hit on no BP. Means you should be able to take it with the skybound. Oh, pop it up from the crowd.
Yep.
Eris takes it, frees it to Vanilla though with a fantastic display.
Yeah, real strong fight. You know, was up 2-1, but unfortunately for her, Eris was able to lock in and just really get that game plan going, baiting out those BCs beautifully, baiting out those reversals, and able to seal the set right there. Real close round one set right there.
Very close. And you know what? It's definitely a set to wake you up, because this has been a fantastic one. I'm thoroughly excited, obviously, what we're going to get next. Obviously, after that, obviously, we're going to be going to more, obviously, the predicted pools, obviously, what we thought. Obviously, round two, obviously, on its full way. We do have some more, obviously, coming through. We do have the likes of, obviously, S1 in this bracket as well.
Yep.
Toon, Pepe. I think Zinzin as well is obviously in this pool as well. So really good to start off this. I do think we are going to get our next match up, though. I don't think it's going to be Simpiva. I think they're going to be a little bit later on. Simpiva obviously in the lower side of that bracket. Shout outs to them. Obviously wake up super winner from last year. Got 17th. My brain's on. 17th of this fight, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, but obviously a really good pool. We should obviously see the likes of them later on as well. Obviously pools B to D. Sorry. I've got some fantastic players in it, so we'll see a lot of the Germans obviously over that as well, the likes of Saki and Peterson. Should be a good one.
Indeed. It looks like we're going to be having Vilkij versus Footsie Skeleton, aka Downford, coming up. Grimnir versus, I want to say Vesusia.
Yes.
Between these two, yes.
I believe it is on Vesusia, because Footsie Skeleton themselves actually getting 9 for Todium just the other week. I don't think they were here last year. I'd have to ask them themselves, but lost their Effie though. Obviously knocking out the Vesusia themselves. But really nice stuff to see them here, as well as obviously everyone else.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how this set plays out. Vesusia versus Grimnir. Grimnir, a character that did, but both these characters really, Vesusia the previous patch, Grimnir this current one, both victims of their share of nerfs. Vesusia obviously not being able to do the plus on block 5U anymore, doesn't have as much strength in the triple attack combos, but still very robust combo game, a lot of high damage, a lot of good corner carry regardless. Grimnir, meanwhile, big ones, of course, the H-Fireball no longer staying in place for as long as it used to, and no longer getting that wall bounce from anywhere on the screen off of the U Deathrite Tempest, the 214U.
Yeah, that's a huge one as well. Like, obviously, if you watch Zayn play, that's one of his main tools in regards to obviously just getting to that corner to corner, setting the sigils up, and then getting the mix. So that's a massive tool lost on the side of Grimnir. Let's see obviously how it affects our players here. Hopefully not too much, as we do go straight into it. And, oh yeah, big Lucy against the Grimnir.
Yeah, I think we are getting a button check. Vilkic did formerly play Lucilius. I don't know if he's going to lock in Lucilius now. Lucilius definitely a character that has, in the eyes of many, fallen from grace quite spectacularly. Yeah. You know, one of the seen as one of the best characters in the game for a long time, and then you know, had that change to the blade level system, and since then has seen very little play at the upper echelons of play.
Well, that was the main thing about it. Obviously, the charge system on the side of Lucy was the max thing. Because obviously when it came out, it was a little bit slower. People didn't really know if he was going to be that good. It got obviously ramped up later on up to the next patch. I think that was after this fighting. And that really changed the character in regards to obviously how much he can really use a lot of his tools. So obviously, you know, if you're watching and you don't know Granblue, it's your first time watching, the character on your left there, obviously the cooldowns are connected to a bar, which obviously is down to how much you actually use them specials. Meant to ramp up the character up, obviously into them last rounds. Meant to be obviously a lot slow from the start, but as you mentioned, we're in the case last patch, it was very much sort of 0 to 100 in 1 second. What it felt like.
Yep. Yeah, he would very often see those Blade Level 4, Blade Level 5, basically every round, and now it's much more of a rarity. But that means that the character, it's just, he's not reaching his peaks as consistently, and consequently, it's difficult for him to establish momentum well. However, Grimnir, on the other hand, a character no stranger to establishing momentum, but he is actually locking in the Lucilius for this set, or at least for this game. Not seeing the Vesusia just yet.
In fairness, I respect it. You know what? If it's a character you know and you want to keep it rolling, stick with it. Even obviously if they have been fucking knees of late.
Ooh, big 2H starter right there, catching out the air dash immediately, not allowing any of those shenanigans from Twisty Skeleton.
No, catches in the corner already. Teleporting up for the reset. That was really, really nice. On the side of Vil, going to keep the pressure going, unfortunately, going to get the conversion. Smash it to Twisty just to try and get something out of this, though. Not much onto the punish. Yeah, going to get command grab straight away. Hit grab straight away. Ilks with a demanding first round.
Yeah, really kind of set the tone very quickly with that 2H versus the Steel Dash. Keeping that momentum going right now with the pressure. Gets hit with the Iblis. Huge jump right there, but doesn't pick up too much.
A couple of loose buttons there, unfortunately, means not going to get too much out of this, though. We do find Grimnir getting out of this corner, massive with the dash in off the sigil. Doesn't get the wall bounce, but it's straight over to the corner, and that's that nerf that you see in there, chat. Massive one. Could have got so much more off of that, though. It's going to be a big DP coming off the middle just to try and get the side switch, try and get some pressure on. Just as it does, if we do want to get out quicker, we certainly will use them as we attempt to use a U skill. Unfortunately, getting punished straight our way. Don't even need the tornado at the end.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be a DP right there on the block, which was the correct decision. You can punish in those situations with a DP. Ended up getting U Iblis the fireball instead, which meant that he got punished, unfortunately.
Woo! And lows, Vigil set up. Getting that Jesus kick out there as we get that over to the corner with a chain attack. A really nice setup. Often to go for the heavy version instead. You can pick up with the low with that, and you can go for a really nice setup normally with the Beyblade at the end of it, though, with the projectile. Doesn't do much more, though. And I like that. You teleport, try and catch a match.
Yep. And of course, bottom block as well. There's the hit with the Seal Dash right there. Resets again, but not close enough to get the close proximity. Ooh, wow, just soaring right over that U Iblis. The Skeleton now with Vilkic in the corner, but doesn't get up the seal setup or the strong Oki.
Empty teleport is actually going to win out for Vilk there as we're pressured into the corner. Forcing Skeleton to dive in and off the sigil, but set up once more. You know what? I love the attempt to go for the air-to-air there. Really try and stuck them in the air. Because the thing is, if you can do that against a Grimnir, you can put them under sort of pressure, that sort of mindset of being like, I'm going to take away your biggest tool now, and I'm going to make you double chance onto some of these situations now. I'm going to make you double check yourself when you go for them dash-ins, when you go for them air-to-airs. Because I'm ready for it. I'm letting you know I'm ready for it, and that's fantastic coming up the hill.
Especially since he went for the JU right there. That's such a high reward air-to-air to go for. Bit of a tricky option to use, but rewarding if you can. Skeleton with the immediate throw, not allowing Vilkage to set any kind of offense up. Now the seal set.
Bit of an empty dash into the corner coming out from Skeleton. Getting punished with it by being forced into this situation. Does find it out though. Really nice to the side switch. Does get the wall bounce, which means we can go a bit more into the damage. And we do have most of the set to for that cross. Unfortunately, the big BC just to come out. Throw though straight to the corner. Low health now. Got a chance to chip out. Doesn't need to though. With just the dash attack coming on through.
Very nice control coming out from Footsie Skeleton. So his wake up throws working out really nicely. We'll have to see if Vilkage is able to adapt with the properly timed meetings.
They're getting sent out one more second. Duels really nice though to go with that air to it. Nice sounds coming out from Vilkage. We have that corner pressure. Obviously trying to go for the 5U stance. Doesn't get much more though. Actually the punishment. It's corner to corner coming out from Footsies right here. It's not the cleanest, but it's what you need in these situations, especially in some of these pool games.
Great bait on the DP right there. This is going to be a ton of damage. Potential KO if he's able to build to the 100 meter, which he might just. No, going to keep it with the RSRC, but hits the combo limit. Oh. Gets the reset regardless. Footsie Skeleton now evening the set 1-1. Will we see a character swap from Vilkage, or will he keep on the Lucilius? We're getting the rematch.
I like it. Confidence sticking. You know, you've got that pocket character, obviously, if it does go to that second boss game. And again, though, might just be momentum that can carry you through this. Coming out of that corner, really nice fighting out, though. Really nice, obviously, with that MVP. Sending the projectile out. We're in that 5U stance, going to drag forward with the 5M. And we're looking clean right here.
Huge 60 cells coming out from Vilkage right now. All the damage in the world. Going to end with the SBA to take that additional BP. Get a big chunk of damage. Blade level 3, so still plenty of work to do, but no, all you need is the hit. Vilkage getting the round back.
That was dominant. Then. It was constantly just making sure that Footsies was checked in every single situation. Some of them dash attacks, just making sure that we're keeping on our guard and just pressures over into the corner, bullied almost, you could say, as we're going to keep that going right here. For the setup, no, we're just going to go for just a reset with the like buttons, not much more after that. We do have 10 teleports if you really want to use them. Really nice sort of dashes coming out from Footsies as we go back into the corner with this. Low on the brave points though, so we do need to be careful.
Yeah, I really like the decision not to spend the RS in that combo, just making sure that you equalize that BP economy while having this big health lead as well. Really nice BC right there, and it's going to pay for it dearly with this big corner extension coming out from Vilkage.
Massive spend onto the U skills there though, especially when you're such low on them brave points, but low health as well. You're sort of going all out for this now. Big BC to come out, does have them to spend 40s with the tornado coming on in. It's around a piece now.
Excellent H5 right there. The one who gets this round will definitely have the momentum going forward into the rest of the set.
Oh, strike on in. I like the setup of the tornado. Maybe just sort of anticipating it into a situation, maybe, but finds himself up to the corner once more. Tap, tap, tapping.
Now you can actually punish that 6-2-3, the phosphorus, with a throw. When done point blank like that, both the M and H ones get punished by throw right there. Nice DP that time. The DP on the safe jump, bold from Footsie Skeleton right there, but working out in his favor.
Pin of one's own medicine, no, unfortunately caught on the dash in. He's going to be doing enough here just to try and get another reset, maybe another safe jump just after this. The projectile set up, the teleport empty to go once more. Keep Footsie on their toes. And we'll be taking the game up there if we don't drop it, unfortunately.
That was a bit of an awkward situation for Vilkage. Nice use of the DP to get through the fireball that time. Up 2-1. Yeah, it was a touch awkward at the end right there because he didn't actually have any cooldowns available, so he had to try to go for an extension. High reward with the RSRC potentially, but unfortunately, as you said, dropped the combo.
Dragging in with the 5H. 6-1 out. It's actually going to get spot dodge. It's a really nice spot dodge on the side of Footsie. So it just means we can get this upper pressure into the corner. Trapping it with the tornado, but they'll just find a way out. Big to you though, sliding on in. And it's clean coming out from the Lucy right here, shimmying around. Will get the conversion to dash light. Unfortunately, not much more with it as we go for the clash buttons. Trading on trades. Looking like a trading card.
Wow. Whoa, big clip right there. Not too much of an extension beyond.
Lock into the corner, trying to create space with that U-Tornado. Answering back with their own projectile, and we're dashing around it to get the jump in off the sigils. Fantastic coming out from Footsie. Round to them, could easily make this 2-2.
Battle 2. Engage.
Big jump ins.
Actually, a little bit off on the timing to get the meaty Death Ride Tempest right there. That's usually a very plus-on-block meaty situation. But Footsie Skeleton now going to go for the high-low, and there it is. Gets the opening right there. Extending with the RSRC. Has the Death Ride Tempest. Not quite enough damage to get the kill here. But still a tough situation for Vilkage. And this is one of the huge flaws of Lucilius as a character. He is not good at turning the tables around because he can't establish that momentum.
Such long cooldowns that you sort of have to dredge through. And when you're stuck in them situations when that bar isn't filled and you're waiting 10 to 5 business working days to get that delivered to you back so you can use it, it becomes a real pain. It feels it right there as Footsie Skeleton gets it to a 2-2 and gets the round off to a commanding lead once more. Go for the 50-50 as we go low. Unfortunately, no proper conversion. But you can feel the rhythm is on the side of Footsie right now.
Yeah, playing with a ton of confidence right now, just establishing so much, getting all of these big counter hits as well. Has the cooldown to get the KO here. Will he close this out? No, doesn't go for the RSRC. Needed to go for an RSRC right there to close it out. You've given Vilkage an opportunity. How will he capitalize?
Same situation as that last round, but a little bit more momentum. That's huge up to the teleport.
And what a pickup! Fantastic stuff, all because he didn't go for the RSRC. All he needed was to press that one more time, and Vilkage makes a huge full comeback to establish the round.
Oh my days, the instant slam coming on down.
Massive 2H, but at a bit of an awkward position to actually get a punish, or a full combo rather.
Away, not letting Vulcan out to that corner, getting that side switch right there. Tough for Footsie right now just to get even onto these rounds. That's such a good game, last one. Let's see if you get anything off of this. I really like that. Setting the sigils up just to get over that straight away. Got a spot dodge onto that. They'll
Massive
so
spot
much.
dodge. He is young indeed. The drop on the combo. But the match right there on the PC. Good DP decision right there. Both players at 0 BP. This opening will get it. Oh, but he dropped the combo. The SBA. 1 round apiece. Final game, final round here in this winners round 2 set.
That was insane. There was so much that happened towards the end of that there. Young man reactions going on out with the spot dodge. The super streaks at the end on the gab. It is to the last round now between these two, and it's just winners round 2.
Down to the wire. Who is going to maintain their composure the best? Vilkage getting that crucial 6 excel, getting that blade level with the Iscariot.
Trying to wind a way out. We do have the sigils set. I like the focus to go to the front side. Unfortunately, it's a big BC on both of them. Just as we get that get off. Not much soul from it though.
Magnificent reaction with the SBA right there. That's going to pierce through and take that BP away. How do you answer back here, Footsie Skeleton?
So much spar onto the side of Grim here as well. If we can find that opener, we can get over to the corner so easily.
Huge count hit right there, and it's going to be enough damage to take the set. Thanks to the blade level and thanks to the 1 BP, Vilkage going to take that in a nail biter back and forth here in winners round 2.
That was sick. That was to the edge to both of them players right there. And you know what? It's so unfortunate that one of them had to go out. But it's the way of tournaments. You are down into loser side now. That was that first round, that last game, that was jam-packed.
Yes, that it was. And it was real unfortunate for Footsie Skeleton because he was so close to getting that first round, and that could have potentially meant the set for him. But, of course, dropping that combo at the end and Vilkish making that full comeback as a result really kind of set the tone for the rest of that game. Next up, we're going to be having Jinjin versus Simbaheave. I want to say Zeta versus Charlotta.
Has to be, doesn't it? I don't know if Simbaheave has changed character.
I don't think so. We might maybe see like a Cat or a Beatrix.
Possibly. I mean, to be fair, obviously, you know, we've seen a lot of Cat and Beatrixes, if we can have a pause. But obviously, both very good characters in of themselves.
Yeah.
Arguably, well, both, I'd say, top 10 to be safe, top 5 if you want to sort of press some of the buttons of maybe some people around here.
Beatrix in particular, candidate for best in game at the moment, particularly after the Grimnir nerfs. But yeah, I do think, you know, Simbaheave has been on the Charlotta ever since base game, so I think that is the character we're likely going to see from him. Locking that in.
Jinjin, though, to mention as well, and I don't know how unfortunate this is. So obviously last year with Skill, it was pretty much the king of 5th place. He got 5th place at so much. Obviously until we got to Koto, finally pulled out Sorries, and obviously won that day. For Jinjin, when I was looking at their record, obviously over the past events, the king of 33rd. I don't want to sound too bad manners. Obviously, you know, it's something I do when I take the loads. You know, I see who you played recently. I see where you placed. Brussels Challenge versus Fighting and Head Stomper this year, all 33rd in that respect. Obviously, I think Brussels Challenge, Head Stomper this year obviously had a good amount of people at it. I think it was something into the 50s. This Fighting last year obviously was in the 140s, so it's not like 33rd, still a really, really good placement, especially with the competition that you've got here.
Yeah.
I would love to see them obviously go further this time around though. As obviously we get later into this bracket though. It'd be nice to see a little bit more of, as well as I mentioned earlier, Wake Up Super Champion, getting that over Gideon in the reset over at our end, and then obviously 17th last time around here at this fight. Really, really good placing. Especially with the likes of obviously last year we had like the likes of Koji Coco out here as well.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that well. I remember. So the bit of a funny story is that, you know, last year I went to Evo to compete, and I fought against Koji Coco in winners. I come back here, I compete at VSF, I fight against Koji Coco again in winners. 2 different continents, same matchup, same result. I didn't take a round. But yeah, these two just button checking.
Sure we're all clear. I feel like obviously in the regards to the side of Charlotta, we don't see obviously a lot of it anymore. I think the only real ones I can think of carrying the character of the current moment is maybe obviously Saki, when we do have that backup pickup on when we are versing Skill. He's mentioned before that it tends to be the character that deals best with the Soris coming on out. Obviously Soris can do so much, obviously apply that pressure. You want someone that can sort of keep up in terms of speed and pace of obviously the macho fists coming on in. But obviously Samu as well, I think got beat by Yuna, a crossover in Pool's side. Unfortunately couldn't make it out of top 24. But we do obviously see them turning up this weekend as well. I think I run into them, to be fair, so hopefully I can learn something on today, get through my pools, go on to obviously versus Gideon and that. Then obviously that'll be later in the day. Yep. It's going to be an all-day affair, obviously to wherever you are. It's going to be a fun set coming your way. Sinzin though, coming out with the Zeta, which is, I feel like a character that we've seen slowly drop off in regards to obviously placements.
Yeah, I think so. Ever since those changes in, not current patch, the previous patch, where they removed the fuzzy overhead stuff, I think that really kind of hurt Zeta's offense. She was the one that got affected the most by that. You know, of course, we kind of think of Grimnir first when it comes to those fuzzies, but that was paramount to Zeta's offense before, and now the character has to layer her JUs differently. She can't open up as freely as before, which is definitely a big pain point for a character so reliant on her offense and her OP's
She did it there though with the Shovel Knight bombs. Jumping on in though, unfortunately going to get much more with the Jinjin as we see Simply just taking some hand over this and even flip with the back throw. It's all action from these two right now as we're playing around with this corner, constantly switching sides. The no U, the Uno reverse. We do eventually get the hit in though as Jinjin gets it against Simpiva.
Yeah, constant tossing back to the corner.
Starting off though, big repost to come out. Really nice onto the air combo. Felt like we're going for a mix up there, but a little bit too awkward maybe onto the mid screen to get anything off it though. Big onto the 2U. Maybe, sorry, should be, but maybe second guessing that second hit on its range. But keeping this going with the thrower for right now. Take it to the back throw. Stop that pressure.
Oh, gets the command grab mid-screen. Can't get the combo because it's off of the H-Noble strategy. And we're seeing a lot of jumps coming out. There's the count hit with the Rhapsody follow-up. And that's going to be a huge amount of damage for Jinjin. Could have, I believe, linked into the 2-2U, the Rising Spear of Harvest directly after the RSRC. Not going to matter, though. Jinjin able to take the first game.
Yeah, looking good from Jinjin there. Dash attack to start though. So Zimbeaver as we get this pressure straight over to the corner. With that blast ball, sorry. And it's gonna be, ooh, checking. I kinda like that coming up from Jinjin. Making sure the jump in's safe enough. Being like, do you know what to do? Have you got your tech down? Let me test you on that. Pop quiz.
Jinjin just being very, very aggressive with how he plays defense. Constant mashes, constant Rhapsodies, constant throws to make sure that Silverheave is playing this close to the chest.
Once more trying to go in, U-version of it. Low on to the Brave point as well. Something that needs to be careful here. Next step could be dire. They get caught out. Pressure to the corner though. We're just swinging, making sure we control our own space.
Now just slowing this down. Wow, huge empty jump into the SSPA, but it's still going to get countered by the U Rhapsody. I love the attempt at the bait right there from Silverheave, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunate right there.
Yeah, still counts towards the counter. Kind of crazy. You feel like there may be a property that would let the super go through, but shit, that moves equally. Into the corner though. Oh wait, we do eventually get it though. Jinjin just opening up. Trying to maybe just get the light in just to stop the pressure, but it's a big tech onto the grab. Push back once more onto the command grab. It's into the corner. We can keep that combo going. There's so much damage that we can get onto the bar here.
Not quite enough for the KO just yet, but the next hit is going to be more than enough. Tries to go for the LDP, but again, just missing out on that timing. But there it is once again. Silverheave taking around.
Clean. Silverheave bit onto the back foot now. He's have them moments. Trying to find them once more. A lot of ball back into the corner. I like that follow. That once more. Big onto the trade. As the class is going to be won by Silverheave there as we get to the throw. Should be enough to kill right here. Skybound out once more. Do what he could. Oh no, never mind. Yeah.
Oh, I like the jump to bait out the Rhapsody, but Jinjin getting the hit. Not going to convert to SBA just yet. But yeah, tries to run in. Silverheave creating some space and evening up the set 1-1. I think Jinjin right now, once he's able to get a hit on Silverheave, needs to keep him pinned in the corner, make use of those frame traps a little bit more, because Silverheave is very often either going for the throw or the jump on defense. That close heavy will be able to cover both.
Do so much for Sniper now, this shot, Lotta. Unfortunately, no, we don't even focus on that pressure right now. We'll put us onto the BC to make ourselves a little bit safe though. Really nice jump out coming out from Sim. And a big Rhapsody to try and get out of that corner. As well, just checking once more. I'm noticing that we're going more to them dives, so the game flips now.
Catching the 2-2H, and now as Jinjin, you can kind of just slow it down. You can play this longer range game. Nice catch with the air spear of Arbis, but no anti-air. And now it's Silverheave's chance.
Show off the ball coming on in. That was, you know what? If it works, it worked. Jinjin using the U skill obviously to get around what was a second U Charlotte ball coming on in. Gets a wall bounce off it as well by using the beam. Straight after the end, spot dodge onto the buttons. Unfortunately, it's not going to be quick enough to get out of that light pressure. Rhapsody going to get caught by the command grab, which means we can keep this combo going into the corner. Skills unfortunately are not onto the side of Silverheave as the cooldowns are a little bit slow for them.
I like the BP right there. Uses the Spear of Arbis to catch the U-Ball again. Almost gets the whip punish versus the LDP. But yeah, nice bait on the throw with the jump. Again, Jinjin very trigger happy with these immediate defensive options. We're seeing a lot of the throw, a lot of the mash. Silverheave beginning to make those adjustments.
to find them moments. Needs it to be cleaner. Really nice combo crowd from Jin. It's unfortunate that we get a side switch into the corner. I like that just to get the scoop under. It's unfortunate that once more Simpy is ready with the throw.
Oh, yeah, that's a counter hit, but a little bit late was Simpy right there and going to pay the price as a result.
Carry that over. Next hit could be huge. It's late onto the tech grab.
Ooh, tried to anti-air with the HP of Arves, but had the follow-ups to correct themselves. Jinjin now up 2-1.
I do like the reaction from Simp there, though. I was looking over to my left, and you can definitely see it in their eyes. They're like,
yep.
Oh, he's messed this up. I can go for a quick, maybe 2 hits, get to the corner pressure, but no. Instant turn around, the U-turn on the dashes in. Out to that front throw, coming down with him. Ooh, straight onto the tech grab. Not full for the Rhapsody one more, keeping that short, that was clean.
Yeah, didn't actually go for the follow-up on the Rhapsody after blocking the 6XL successfully. Jinjin still blocking high in the corner. Those command grabs will come out from Simpy, and they've been landing their mark. Gets the conversion to SSBA though.
So much damage now. Them brave points as well. It puts Simpy into a really unfortunate situation. We do have a whole lot of bar though, and we certainly will use it. You Heaven's Leather coming out straight away onto the back throw as well after Jin on just enough health to take that away from him.
Battle 2. Engage.
Very nice coming out from Sim. There's chances for them in this match against Jin. Jin though just doing enough to sort of lock out these rounds. Doing a really good job of just sort of keeping Jin under control, forcing him to use them command grabs from the flips, from the grabs. Not seen parry coming out from Charlotta as well.
Yeah, it's only really come out once, I believe, from Simpy. Nice challenge with the far light right there. Going to build up a lot of damage. Not quite going to get the KO right yet. Ooh. Jump out the corner again. And now it's a perfect opportunity for Simpy to cash out, but huge close light right there. This should even up the set, provided we get no drops. I like that, keeping it simple with the close medium. Doesn't want to go for the close heavy with the potential to drop right there. And now 2 apiece. Another game 5, Keno.
There's a free value.
Burnt for 3
love it.
value. Dudikoff somewhere rubbing his hands. I don't know if he's in the venue right now or if he's chilling in his hotel room, but he has a smile on his face.
The work that man has done to make sure we get the maximum out of our Granblue games. And that was a really good round coming out from Simp right there, because it was so much obviously that we called out on a lot of our button pressure that we actually sort of finally clocked it in against Jinjin in that last game. It puts obviously a lot of pressure onto Jinjin here. Massive onto the command grab once more against the wall. Going to be a lot of damage once more. I'm not going to call death. I was wrong last time. And obviously I would have been wrong again. There, oh my, what are you doing?
You know, throughout this entire set, Jinjin has been waking up with some kind of button. Simpy, you just had to go for a meaty, and you would have done it. At this time, a little bit early on the throw. Simpy now at set point.
Battle 2.
Fantastic turnaround. Going out from the Charlotte. That's a launch for Rhapsody once more. Buttons a plus there. You can't be mashing. I'm going to keep it clean. Never mind the jump back with the U skill. Catch that Charlotte. Big coming out.
Big 6XL coming out from Jinjin. Are we going to see the conversion to URVS, or are we going to see it into SBA? No, drop the SBA! No SBA coming out from Jinjin.
The masters from Simp here, because we've got a chance to take away some of the brave points if we keep that combo going, unfortunately. Jump into the corner. Them in an awkward situation. There's only 1 brave point left. It's going to be so much damage.
That's such an unfortunate drop right there for Jinjin's going to lose the set as a result. Simpy taking it 3-2 as a result.
Woo! The exhale for him, because that was looking close between the pair right there. As he wipes his forehead, that was crazy. Going out from the Charlotte, and we see
real close between those two. Just, yeah, that unfortunate drop right at the end. That was such a huge dash heavy right there. Could have led to so much damage. I'm not sure if Shinji would have been able to convert into a KO in that position, but would have been in a really good spot. Unfortunate, of course, not able to get the close medium into the RS, which is what they wanted right there.
Yeah, like you said, a real unfortunate drop straight at the end. It would have obviously went off to the last round at that point as well. Would have given Shinjin the type of boost that you probably would have needed in them situations to really keep it going. It's unfortunate that we don't get that. Not out though. Does have to make that Grim Reaper run over onto loser's side, and I'm sure we will see them. Obviously, I think it's top 4 that gets out for pools, isn't it? Going to
I
top
believe
24.
so, yes.
So obviously, if Sim can get far enough into the bracket, obviously we get up to not Soccer on this side. I think the top one in this one is skill.
Skill,
yeah. So obviously, if we get to that skill match, whether you win or lose, you do go through. You do go through the top 24, which will be later tonight. Make sure obviously you stick around for that. It is Granblue all day here, up in the up in the Millennium Point, up on the second floor. Within VSFighting, obviously just over from us as well. It's obviously Arc System Rich, other World Tour game. That's going to be on all day over there as well. And then you can catch us tomorrow in the auditorium for top 8.
Indeed. We're going to be having Sympathy back again, but of course, coming up to fight him is S1 on the Percival Brussels Challenge champion, 5th at crossover, one of the titans of Europe right now. Best Percival in Europe, and if you're playing this matchup, you can give Charlotte a real tough time.
Charlotte.
Certainly can. And obviously on the side of S1 as well, it was a massive win for that Brussels Challenge, giving them the 100 points to obviously go on through. I will say, House been sitting on that 100 points for quite a while. Crossover was their second event in this tour.
Yeah.
And obviously we've had so many more in between that as well. The likes of OTB, Hessing Crash, Mix-Up, obviously crossover in of itself. So there's a lot of events that obviously a lot of the players that we'd seen travel to. And the fact that obviously sitting on the 100 points, you've got so many more events that you can pick up right now from going forward. So if S1 can sort of get into that top 8 today, after obviously top 24, it can mean huge, because right now currently sitting on 108 points. Not a great place to be. Definitely need to sort of another win into that. Even if only we get second here, that's still 45 points in the bag that you can get added on top. You're really cooking. You're actually catching to what is Soki's place, who's sitting on 190.
Right, so actually starting off with the Vayne here. Now, I fully understand this. Vayne is a much lower maintenance character in this matchup, particular. If Simpeeve is not able to deal with the layer 1 Vayne that S1 is going to introduce straight away, then it requires very little brain power. He can save a lot of that mental energy going forward into the set, but I'm sure Simpeeve is going to give him a fight regardless. Back up into the energy disruption, into the shield, and you're going to see plenty of that throughout the set.
Well, there's so much that Vayne can do, honestly, like you said, to keep Charlotta out. And it's not just about sort of checking Charlotta in these wake-up situations, as you do send up the one-for-all shield coming out, the Aegis almost. But Simpeeve is already in Vayne's face, as we're questioning already the choice coming out from S1, just making sure, are you sure? You sure you don't want to play your main in this situation? Let me show you what I can do with my character. Unfortunately, getting caught out straight away.
Yeah,
that's the DPs are coming through, and yeah, should be dead. Nice struggles to get over into that corner. S1 doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, Vayne, honestly a really interesting character. Has a very kind of strange matchup spread. He goes well into a surprising number of good characters, but then loses to a lot of others. Very clear strengths and weaknesses on this character. Huge close heavy coming out. Not enough resources to get the KO here, but hard knockdown into the shield and gets for game. It's going to be tough, but the big jump out coming out from Simpeeve.
Actually coming on through. Simply to bring this round back, as they are getting dismantled from S1 right now, though. The BC attempt going to get caught out by the flip. There's a lot of damage.
That's that.
That is. That's a crazy comeback.
Oh, didn't get the cinematic on that. Hit a weird hitbox of that and actually didn't get the cinematic because it hit from behind. And there's the 5U. Yep, the breakthrough. Vayne is unkillable in that stance. And if you don't realize that he's committed to it and he gets that swing, it can lead to curtains.
That was crazy. The breakthrough doing enough just to keep S1 alive. And that's what obviously this match is going to be all about. Obviously S1 getting that distance, throwing the one-for-alls out, doing the energy disruptions just to make sure that we can keep that range there. Even if we try and go to the air for that, obviously energy disruption in the air is such a delay on top. If you've got the one-for-all out in front of you, there's so much of the stage that you can contest. Once again, dash light that getting stunted there. It's a big counter to get stunted to the corner. It's unfortunate that we don't get the conversion.
Yeah,
But they
that
can
would have
just
been
do
huge
so
for
much.
S1 right there. Would have been able to get a full combo. It's SPA. Punish on the 2U. No cancel from Simbaheeb.
The edge of the U1 for all, catching the flip coming out from Sim.
Battle 2.
Doing enough just to sort of get around there for Vayne.
Yeah, you kind of just have to hold that in that position. Oh, he looked ready to go for the anti-air right there. Simbaheeb has been jumping plenty throughout this set. Risky to do against a character like Vayne.
Oh, go on now, big BC to get off me. Go for the side switch with the super jump as well.
Yep.
So good that we get a trophy for it.
Look at that massive damage coming out. Almost half the life bar just gone. Another solid anti-air will do it. Oh, S1 being cheeky, and there it is. Charlotta jumping is an inevitability, and when you're in that comfort zone, to simply wait for them, it is kind of bleak in those situations. We are potentially getting a character switch from Simbaheeb right there. We're going to Narmaya.
EX version as well. Do we
Yes.
know it's the EX version? Does Sim know it's the EX version? Obviously, it's a clicking on the analogs if you want to change that. Obviously, 3 of the new casts getting that EX version. Interesting on the side of Narmaya, obviously, it takes away that stance that we used to have, obviously changing between the special buttons and focuses more towards, obviously, I want it. My mind wants to say a Shoto type character, but also a Johnny style character from obviously certain different games. A bit different. Especially obviously without 5U works and the way you can juggle with it. Obviously with 5U into, I believe it's 6U.
Yeah. Nice catch on the throw, but this is a bit of a strange pick, I will say. You know, this version of Narmaya, definitely less tools in the kit comparative to the regular one. Not as many ways to play neutral, not as many things to respect. And as a result, S1.
Ooh, okay.
That is a tool that you have to respect. The 2-2U, I believe it is. No, the 2-1-4U, excuse me. That's it though. S1 undeterred, now sitting at set point. Could this be our first 3-0 in a hot minute? There's the throw bait already with the 2-1-4M. M energy destruction. Here's the shield. How do you deal with it?
Shield, unfortunately, not much more with the spin. It's a big counter here. We can go into the corner with the dash here. Unfortunately, not going to get much from it. We're just going to go side switching in that mid screen. Doesn't give Sim a lot of pressure to work with straight after. I think straight back into this corner. U1 for all coming out. It's a BC to break it. I like that. Forcing Sisters on the front side. Slices on through though with the anime cut. Sim trying to find them moments though. Dash attack just going to take it. I think it should be enough to go with the double.
Oh yeah, more than enough.
Takes it away with the 3-0. I like the attempt with the EX Narmaya, but the Vayne just done to sort of stunt our way through. And that's doing a fantastic job of getting that.
Yep. Once again, just kind of keeping to the game plan, punctuating those the defense with those points of aggression, using the 6XL liberally enough to make sure that he can create those closer range openings as well. Very solid showing. He will be moving on to the next set where he'll be fighting Pepe later on.
Ooh, that's going to be a very, very good one. Obviously, Pepe themselves having a really good run now.
Yeah.
Started at the mix-up, crossover. Unfortunately, did get, I think it was 8th at both. Unfortunately, the Belial not doing enough to carry them on through. But I love the shit. And you know what? The skill in this matchup has been cursed over the last couple of events.
Yep.
Not been Tunington, but I'm glad that it is Tunington. Shout out to Pixie for doing a fantastic job at mix-up of really putting skill under so much pressure in regards to obviously knocking them down to loser's side. Skill coming on up, the first seeds in this entirety of this bracket. Obviously challenging against the likes of Fittis and Socky, and obviously everyone else here. But Tunington going to be here to try and disrupt that.
Indeed, indeed. Now, of course, we were mentioning in the very first set of the day, Wilness, the new addition to the game. Wilness, a character that Skill himself has been really looking forward to and definitely has already put some time into playing. The question is, will we see the Wilness come out here against Tunington's Luane? Does he feel like it's comfortable enough, it's ready enough to take out one of Europe's finest Luane players?
It certainly could be. I feel like it's one of them on the side of Wilness when you are versing them Luanes. The way Tunington plays Luane it's definitely not in the same vein of obviously the way Bogus and Pixie plays. Obviously, Bogus and Pixie will play more about using Sammy and Tommy as individuals, only using them as doubles when we sort of get them combo situations or the high-low situations. I feel like when I do watch Toonton play, it's way more around the Catabot. It's way more around sniping around the Catabot, getting the punches with the Catabot, and only using boys when we're in them situations where Bone Wheel. And it's all Bone Wheel. Toonton will look at the bar, be like, all right, 50%? Cool, Bone Wheel. 50%? Bone Wheel. E, Bone Wheel. It's all it is with Toon.
There is a true sense of whimsy and joy to Toon's play. It's very clear from the way that they play the character that there is a very sincere love for Luane. Oh, it's Maya. It took me a moment to... Okay, Phoenix Right Maya, right.
The rightful Maya. I always love, obviously, when we do come to these events with the shrine that we have set up. Everywhere I go, you only got obviously like the German flag, obviously signed by the German players. You got all the plushes as well normally. I would have Chopper on me, but unfortunately he's not here.
Oh,
I left him at home, so I'll have to head to a certain store and go and grab him. Obviously during my break. Maybe you'll see him again, and obviously I'm on with Nayu later.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow or top 8. You never know.
Alright, no, going for the tried and true, sticking with the Soras, the bright red. Shoutouts to Dolph. Throwback to any of you base game enjoyers. Dolph, Swampin, Soras, or Swampin's alter ego. We never saw Swampin and Dolph in the same room, but, you know, Dolph, the legendary Soras from back then. Skill, of course, the legendary Soras of today. Up against Tunington's Luane.
Should be a clean match between these two. It will be super interesting, obviously, how Skill does approach this, because I feel like as we went through, obviously, not just the mix-up, but also when we went into crossover, there is definitely a lot of adaptation that Skill had made to also get over this matchup. Because there's so much that you can do onto the side of Luane. Obviously, when you throw rockets behind you, if you spot dodge Macho Punch in front, it actually protects the box behind you. Instantly, though, straight away with the bastard dish, getting that 25% health back. Nonchalantly, as it's straight into the corner, and look at this damage straight away. Yep. Get that onto the board, Skill.
And actually, that was a change to Soras. The H Impact Knuckles launches a bit higher now. So we got to see the big counter conversion with the 2M. There's the bow wheel, and there's the throw. Tunington unrelenting in the offense, even at this disadvantageous position. 0BP looking for that salad or that parfait to get the meter, but instead getting that HP, and the Iggy comes out. Supporting Toon.
The pillars over the cage as well. Once they get that distance between Skill now, if we can try and get that full screen, especially with Catabot on deck, you need to be watching though. Big 2U with the slide tackle. No yellow card though. Ooh, as he went for the lead, but the big BC last ray point as well to the side of Toonton once again. Well, I mean to do anything weird right now, but all the skills are up. Feel like that we went for a counter hit there, unfortunately, just a bit too slow.
Yeah, that's a tough scenario for Toon. Didn't have the meter to DP, didn't have the BC available either, so just kind of stuck dealing with the offense, the unrelenting offense of Soras. A little bit too early on that 2H to get the anti-air right there. Oh, 2-2M right there coming out from Skill.
Yeah, the menacing shimmy coming out from Tunington, just waiting for anyone to come, but it's a big skybound on against that bone wheel, shutting down the fun of this character. Big to use the Raging Strike as we're going to keep that going forward. Not much from it though, as Catabot staying to front, sending in Sammy. Big beast to get off me though, spot dodge onto the grab, setting up for an RPS situation. We get out of that with the side switch as well. There's so much that's going on the side of Tunington. Big onto the DP.
Huge DP from Toon right there. Good backdash from Skill though to avoid the throw. Toon has been using it a few times on defense. Skill already privy. And that is just kind of a testament to the talent and awareness of a player like Skill to be able to make that adjustment so quickly.
I love that. Even in defeat, Toon's always got a smile on their face. You can tell how much Toon loves the game. Honestly, it's heartwarming. It is heartwarming. Digging to the Mario, getting sent out straight into the Eve as well. Gonna get some of that health back. Taking him to the front throw, though. I thought he was a back throw in that situation. Maybe he'll start staggering towards the corner. Low aim, though. He's playing around that area. Does have that health lead, so we don't really need to do too much in this situation. We need to watch it, though. Oh, woo, we get away with it.
Tries to anti-air right there with the H roundhouse fang. I think the light might have been able to do it. Goes for the shenanigans, but Skill got the block on that already.
What was that? That was left, right, high, low with the low aim bros. Insane. HBA coming on out. Skill accustomed to this though. We're shimmying. Testing the Frenchman's reactions. We're going forward. Do eventually just end it. What a circle you just right at the end. High on that health though. We need to be careful though.
Oh, big hit right there for Skill. Gonna end with a 2-1 you. Look at all that damage. 1 BP. Being disciplined and keeping that BP until the right opportunity finds it right there. Another bro wheel. There's another salad. Tries to go for the run up throw it again. Skill ready with the back dash.
Yeah, the back dash has helped Skill twice now just to take that round against Sturrington. So just trying to get the grab off, just trying to do anything to sort of get the ball back onto the ground, set up around them.
Oh, double up with the roundhouse fang. It's a real solid damage between ready with the throw.
Oh! Big counter hit with the bros helping out. It's going to be nice damage. Onto the corner! Pull the U skill out. Take away the meter. And we get the B-ball into the corner. So Snarky with the Duncan Yips right now. Oh, it's a little bit too low on the throw, but we do get the eventual cut. The meaty with the Katamar. Back throw to the corner. It's Linton's hand here if we can try and get out of this situation. Big BC onto the rapid punches though, not gonna let that fly. The boys are coming in, Katamar's going out. Take a little quick bite to eat as we macho man up. We don't see the buff onto the side of the stocks though. No health's been replenished, but I don't think we need on the side of Skill. That was insane!
Again, there's that buff coming through the double roundhouse fang thanks to the increased launch height of the punch right there. Skill now up 2-0. Toon played that round so beautifully in the former half. I wasn't sure how Skill would make that comeback.
That was, we had some insane mix right there. I thought we were playing tag games. We had left, right, high, lows, especially off the wall bounce as well. From the, I think it was the Raider strike into the 2U conversion. We were able to get the left, right there. There's so much that Toon does with this character that I'm still yet to see, and I love it every single time. Pressures into the corner though, catching with the double boys. We're going to keep that going with the wall bounce. Yeah, to be able to carry. Get closer to the corner just to make sure that we can get some eats in.
That slides the taunt in. Could have gone for food, but had to show to the crowd. Oh, and you might come back to bite you, Toon.
Presses in, back row coming on out. Nice for the meter's going to be coming in. Maybe HBA straight after this. The reversal's there if we need it now, though. Macho stands coming on in. The grandpa's taking his clothes off, but the boys are coming in to help. It's a screen full of macho men. Ooh, God crushed. Maybe give Skill the chance to dash forward with some buttons though. The dash tap coming on in. The wall mount's going to be just far enough to get the kick in, especially into the corner.
Oh, the BC right there, that was actually punishable for Toon, but still able to get the round regardless. Toon keeping herself alive.
Battle 2. Engage.
Really, really good job. Skill's doing a great job obviously dealing with a lot of what Lane is throwing out at them as well, dealing with some of the shenanigans. But the macho punch is going to get called out, and that's a bit of health to sacrifice for the combo into the corner, especially when you get a setup straight after it as well. Nice onto the test though, find a way out. Bone wheels it up straight into the parfait!
Oh, but the U
this is rigged!
The U catwalk coming out actually. Oh, that's going to be a punish. Very nice for Skill, going to get all the damage this time. Not going to go for the throw side switch.
Woo. That's my attack coming on through, chained it into the corner. So much damage on the end of this as well. Obviously no skybound off, but the one brave point is a dire situation. Sending the boys out, the Catabot is there, the double E. I love the reaction straight there with the Iggy.
Reaction to the parfait immediately. Oh! Oh!
Ooh! Was it a PlayStation controller or was it a disconnect of the controller?
That is a very strange pause right there. It's saying player one, and player one is Skill side, but
Skill's got the lock onto the controller, so we don't know. It is obviously Skill still rocking the Panthera, all the way from the first World Tour. I don't know what's happened there. Cake sorting this out, though. Obviously, Cake's been our stream run today. Done so much, obviously, to get this pool ran as well. Obviously, really, really nice to see them out again at these events. We are just going to sort this out, though, folks. We apologise. But obviously, you know, we are at a tournament. We hate to see it happen, but it's always going to be a chance.
Yeah. So it seems like the skills pad or his stick is locked to not be able to get onto this menu. So it's very strange that this would happen to him right here. Very unfortunate as well, because that would mean that he'd have to forfeit the game if it was the fault of his controller. But at the very least, you're still up 2-1.
Are we going to... Oh, we're counting on him. Straight back into it. We're going to get the scene change. Yeah, I think we are just going to go straight back into it, maybe?
Yep. Yeah, Skill going to take the round. Not quite sure what happened, but now Skill here at set point.
It's such a momentum loss, but it's on Tunington now just to try and find that momentum once more. Parfait straight away. We're in for the Swedes right here. RPS for the throw in that situation, and I'm like the Rising Kid just to get out of that. Oh, my days!
What an air throw. Oh, nice backdash to avoid the BC as well. Tune in a great spot. Probably going to go for the combo into HPA. Yes, that she does.
Keep it up with the flares. Should be enough just to get the ender as well.
It happens again.
Once more onto skills controller. What I will say is...
Yeah, this is not skills controller. It might be an external device. Remember to disconnect your controllers, everybody, especially if you're playing on pad. If you're playing with a PlayStation pad, get rid of these. Disconnect them all.
This is, I will say, anyone disconnecting controllers this weekend from consoles, you deserve a medal.
Yeah.
Actually deserve a medal. It's such an annoyance, obviously, when something like this happens as well. It becomes such a sort of nuisance in regards to matches. Unfortunately, happened, obviously, of crossover as well. I think it was at, I think it was a Street Fighter play, obviously, that time around, which is a bit unfortunate. We'll just check controllers, though, just to make sure, obviously, that we're all sound and easy on our end with the players as well. Close end to that round as well. It was looking in, obviously, in Tunington's favour. Might have gone to a 2-1 situation.
Yeah. Yeah, Toon had a lot of momentum. Yeah, mashing the ender, I get that. To make sure that she maintained the combo.
Corner, Toon doing a lot now. She's got the moves, obviously move around here, especially with the health, Brave point low on either side as well, so if we really need to, we can eat up in that situation. I'm surprised you didn't go for the parry attempt there. Such a readable move when you do that U macho hit.
Yeah, there's the DP. Yep, Tuna just reached that 50-meter threshold. It was just a case of waiting for that opportunity to let it rip and get the game. Hopefully we won't get any more interruptions this time from external controllers.
Yeah, hopefully. Could be momentum into Toon's favour. Now, and the thing is as well, obviously, over on his side, it becomes such a situation now that you got to build this back up now. Like, this truly is obviously the first free value that obviously you have to work towards, but it's such a hard job to do, especially against Skill. I'm surprised that 5 you still here from here.
Right there from Skill, BC back right from Tunington, tries to go for the pixie set up the RS. Works best in the corner.
To the other side, nice block.
Huge block on the DP right there. Not quite going to build the meter to 100, I don't think. No, just about. Very nice management from Toon. This is going to be a ton of damage as well. Okay, now we have no idea what's happening. It shouldn't be... There are no external controllers now.
Do we think it's a controller issue on
Skill's part?
I will say, obviously, I didn't want to obviously mention it in regards to obviously the Panthers themselves, but there is hacking mobile. Sorry, I've got me. The Arena Dojo. It's such a shame. I don't know why it's happening. Is it maybe an issue with the Panther itself? Like I said, the bit where it screws in, over time it is known to obviously the port itself to spin with the screws. I don't know if obviously it's an issue with that maybe.
I'm not well. I'm a pad player, so I'm not well acquainted enough with sticks. So
the corner though. We've got the opportunity. We can go for the guard break. We certainly can, but let's get that break point in for ourselves just in case we get locked in that.
oh, huge whip punish right there for skill. Now it's set point, even after all that's been happening.
Battle 2. Engage.
Big cast off. You get the cast bot out. Go for the true Mig. Young man reactions on the old man character. Skill's just got enough to get Clinton over into this corner. Big onto the BC. Send the rockets out. The U kick.
Oh! Nice UCH carry. There's a parfait into the HPA immediately.
I love it. I love it. The parfait's coming out. They've been on point on the side of Tunington. Spot dodge just keep Skill on check. Just get a chance just to come out just to rock some of them lights though.
Toon choosing not to press off the H dash punches. They are minus. Wow, enough time after the parfait pull to even spot dodge right there. Gets the full extension into the corner.
And that was such a clean combo coming out from Toon. Big shout to the parfait to start that combo as well. Taking it into the corner.
Challenge.
Should be enough to go to the wall. Yes.
Very, very nice conversion. Toon once again keeping themselves alive here in winners round 3.
3. Engage.
Not falling away just yet. As Tunington still has these opportunities, he still has their moments. Big into the counter hit, missiles going on in. BC against them as well. Have to waste the point on the side of Skill as we see you awesome source to get over into the corner. There's so much that Tunington can do now. Low up to 7.
The low. No meters to get too much here. Tries to go for the reset using the 6H.
Enters the punch. To be able to block that though. Unfortunately, no parry once more. Straight to the Macho Source. No health going back though.
Oh, that's a huge whip right there. Gonna go straight into the SSPA. Drain those BP away.
What a clean super.
Toon is just gonna wait. She's gonna wait for that 100 meter. It's almost here. 98, and there it is. Iggy's gonna come. No, instead HPA.
Don't get the punish! High low, high low. We just need to find that moment. We need to find that opportunity. It's a little short. On the U attempt at the end, the spot dodge and the punish on Skill side. It was so close on the side of Toon as we cut some bad players right at the end. Kiss being set by Toon. So obviously set this in. Oh. It's so,
hey, I
so
use a purely wired pad. I don't want to be lumped in with any of them. But yeah, real unfortunate, of course, with the controller interruptions. But you know, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. We hope that it doesn't. But yeah, Skill's still able to advance nonetheless. And of course, we will be moving on to our next winner's side set. I believe is going to be Pepe versus S1. Going to be another banger. Winner of that is going to go on to the winner's side of top 24. But as you mentioned, there's still going to be loser side competitors fighting.
Certainly. Yeah. Obviously, Toon there still obviously into top 24 as well. Does not have to go down into the pool side, obviously, of this bracket. I think what we're doing now is just making sure that we're checking the Skills controller just to make sure if there was any sort of fault with it as well. Making sure obviously it was a pad player just somewhere in the Millennium Point build, just sort of pressing that PlayStation controller, wondering why they can't get on their sets of whenever they're playing on a different console, a different area. Obviously, we'll be moving on to our bracket as well. Chat, I hope obviously you're enjoying some of the games coming out as well. Hopefully you are enjoying both myself and Briam as well. Obviously, we'll take you through this first pool as we're nearly at the end of it, actually.
Yes, we are. I don't think we're going to be doing any losers side sets in this pool, so we'll have to report back later to see who managed to make it through on the losers side. As we mentioned before, S1 and Pepe should be coming up next after our little troubleshooting session. We got some real bangers coming up in the next pool as well, of course. I believe, I want to say it's Naihu and Zero taking care of the next one.
I believe it's Naihu Zero into obviously that, and then I believe we have an hour break in between that, making sure obviously everyone gets some lunch in them. We're Strive players, you know, we're Strive players, we're Granblue players, we're Uni players obviously over there, but we've got to make sure that we all eat. We might be superhuman when it comes to the game, but superhuman when it comes to our dinners, our lunches, our teas, whatever you call it from where you are from. Get a quick Sony down, you'll see whilst you're in the menu itself. Yeah, we will have a small break obviously after that set concludes set, but going into though, as you mentioned, a fantastic set which is going to be happening between S1 and Pepe. Probably going to see that Percy this time around against that Belial. I will say that Vayne against Belial is obviously, it can be a bit of a contested one because there's so much that you can do to call out. Obviously, the 5U, they give you some sugar. Obviously, you do so much. Then, obviously, if you're in Vayne in that situation, get a back throw, 1-for-all on top, bait out the DP with the 1-for-all up, and then you can get to a really good sort of god combo if you're using either Energy Destruction or Dash 5H. And you sort of sorry, not Dash 5H, a 6-6H. That sort of take them over to the corner with obviously massive damage that you get on top of that. But probably won't see that. Probably will see the Percy come the end of it.
Yeah, this is a very classic, tried and true Granblue matchup right here. You know, from back in base game, these two of the best characters in the game. Obviously, a matchup we see a lot less in Rising, just due to the rarity of Percival as a character in general, and that's been the case since the beginning of the game, as well as Belial obviously having his share of nerfs, real nerfs going in. Being a Shoto character, people tend to gravitate towards the strongest Shotos, so you don't see too many loyalists at this level sticking with Belial, but Pepe still on the character regardless. I think it's funny because Pepe originally started out on Vasaraga, shifted to Belial because obviously Belial was a much stronger character. Now the tone has kind of shifted, but Pepe doesn't like the current version of Vasaraga, and so is still kept with the Belial, and it's still found him plenty of success, as you mentioned, managing to get those top 8 placements.
Yeah. I mean, they did a really good job this year, obviously, as you mentioned earlier, housed to 7th place, two 7th place placements, obviously both at mix-up and crossover, respectively, as well. I believe onto the side of them was both through losers' side. I want to say Pepe was knocked down by another line over at mix-up as well, but I have to just recheck some of my notes there. Pepe themselves, it's an unfortunate situation because they just don't have a lot of points, obviously, in them regards. I think they're sitting on 12 points at the current moment, so not in that top 30. So really needs a good placing at this versus fighting. Can't get 14th like they got last time around, last year, obviously, when it was a platinum event. Gonna need something on the board just to try and get into this tour. Obviously, there always is the LCQ, as the tour is obviously in South Korea. Gonna be a great place for it. We are going to a quick check, though. Hopefully, obviously, no controller shenanigans this time around as well.
Yep.
Get it clean.
S1 on the Tororo color. This is not his preferred color, but repping it for the button check. I like it.
You get some nods. Already, obviously, just to get straight into this now. S1, like we mentioned there earlier, currently sitting on that 108 points, trying to get to that 300. Possibly at the end of this, has a lot of placements, obviously, for that for any of them gold events to go into. Obviously, that's one of the main rules, obviously, during this tour is the fact that you can only have a max of 3 gold events, repping yourself in that table, along with only 1 plat event as well. So it's all about that management of them events. Swap out, obviously, if you've done poor at another one, and making sure that you're crucial with your placements now. Go straight into it.
Gets the round start tonight and able to get those stocks up, but Pepe now on the offense. Lovely with punish, and there, of course, one of the changes that Belial experienced a little while ago was the changes to the proxy guard range of that far heavy, but a beautiful counter spot with a far medium. Nice whip punish on the 2U. Beautiful spacing from Pepe, maximizing with the fireball extension.
Really nice struggle into that corner. That's dash heavy as well. Optimization is great for having Pepe, and once more with that medium, we'll be able to get it just with the double dunks. Use them brave points. Get that first round. S1 on the back foot now. Start playing with that jump in. Defense needs to be tight here from S1. Nice call out onto the 4 buttons there. Unfortunately, 2 U's not going to be enough just to clear. Send that fireball out. That's one of the lows. Woo! Big DPs.
Yeah, Bilal's fireball, one of the DPs, one of the fireballs that Percy can DP through very well. Oh no, was actually a little bit off on the timing. That should have been a count hit right there due to the nature of 5U. But still gonna get the KO regardless. S1 evening the rounds up.
That was clean and quick coming out from S1 there. No messing about. After getting straight into it though, patch onto that to drag it back with the pinwheel. A nice little mid-screen combo coming out from Pepe, because that allows him to go straight into that corner. I like the hold onto the JU. Normally a move that tends to get punished, especially when you do it far too high, especially when it's used as a normal 5U as well, but it's really good that we used that low onto the side of Pepe. So just have to further the situation with the way it slides off.
Big counter hit right there again. S1 trying to go for the Lord Strike out the corner, now has to hold this pressure from Bilal. Doesn't have the meter for Flame Carpet just yet.
Nice check there coming out from S1, a little too far onto the EX Claw though. A quick walk up with just a tap on that. Close L, we do it once more. Keep it check with the throw once more. So lock to the corner, a lot of meter on this side, so if they can get that hit.
Again, superb counter poke with the far medium, just covering that space. Beautifully Pepe taking that first game.
Believe in victory.
Pepe's doing a lot here just to sort of, I feel like to command this mid-screen, and that when we do sort of get these corners, it sort of feels like it's tap, tap, tapping away, then going for obviously in them optimal combos. If obviously we do get them moments, we do get them hits, we're trying to make S1 checkers in a lot of situations. We're obviously on the reverse for S1, it is just constant pressure, trying to keep that up, see if we can break down Pepe.
Yep.
And we just see it going off of Pepe once more, some of them 4Ms, some of them 2Ms.
Lovely whiff punish on the 2L right there. But again, this time the whiff punish coming out from the far medium.
Woo. Like that, we're starting to check it a little bit more. Get the guard crush, unfortunately not as much that we can do with it. Back throw to the corner.
And there's the X-Seal. Gonna go for the route into SBA most likely. Yep. Can push the damage a little bit further with close heavy there instead of close medium, but S1 just kind of keeping it safe.
Sending out. Huge spike. Nice spot dodge on it. Going to get a full punish onto the side of S1. Round in their favor.
Big 2M round start. Able to 6 them even. Able to punish the fireball right there.
Yeah, has them. Boxes at the end. That can get punished by that. Pressure in the corner though. Nice BT. Get away though. That's a huge counter hit. Going out onto the side of the far Hayes once more, just tapping it into the corner with the auto combo. Keep that going. We've got the skybound on at the end of it as well if we want to maximize our damage at the end of this, and I think we certainly will. Yeah. Take away that brave point, but S1 into an awkward situation.
Sliver of life. This is a difficult comeback to make. Gets the tech on the throw, but it was a mash tech, so you are at death's door. You have to be so careful with the throws. And the command grab, that should be enough as long as he maximizes this combo. Yes, there it is.
Lean coming out from S1. Clutch coming out from the Percy.
Yeah, the confidence right there, knowing that Pepe was going to play that incredibly conservative, just waiting for an opportunity. That opportunity did not present itself.
Certainly not.
Nice DP on reaction to the fireball. Beautiful stuff right there. Will Pepe be able to make the adaptation to be out the DPs?
Once more. Nice to just get off into straight DP coming out from Pepe. Just to make sure that we can keep that corner control, keep that pressure. Knocking on the door once more, just going through. That 5-8 potentially going to be enough just to sort of give S1 the chance to get the punish in. The wake up, medium, the claw coming down. Oh man, catch them.
Story of this set so far has been that far medium from Pepe's Bilal. It has done everything for him so far. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another one. Nice delay on the close light and going straight into the SBA. Give that BP economy and lean it towards your favor.
They does have that 100 meter on their side, though the next hit can be lethal, especially with this one on low meter, but it does not matter. The dash attack coming through, confirming it as well. S1 got the opportunity to make this 2-1 right now.
Being aggressive with those plus frames right there. Nice whiff punish on the 6XL. Against the far medium right there. And that's something that Pepe tends to do at these longer ranges. He likes to go for these jumps. That's going to be a throw punish. Good on S1 not to commit to anything afterwards. Another throw.
DP to get out that corner. Pepe, struggling situation here. Needs to find some leeway in this set. Needs to get around to their own. CS1 starting to take this away from them slowly.
Gonna go straight for this Horizon. Actually could have got the KO right there had he extended with RSRC, but still gets the ender nonetheless. S1 now up 2-1.
Pepe just taking a minute, and that's the thing. Obviously, has the opportunity to not just change character, but to go into that character select screen and just take a breather. Just think about obviously this next set, because you're not doing it all wrong here. It's obviously S1's doing so much to sort of catch out a lot of these options that you are throwing out. They're getting a lot more active on the defense now against Double Isle. There's only so much that you can do in terms of obviously just checking onto the S1's defense that he's going to start getting active. I'm seeing that here, so we need to start playing around that.
Second on the throw this time. Pepe likely going to jump at this range. Going to look for an opportunity to jump in. Yep, there it is. Yeah, at these longer distances, when Pepe is having a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out what he wants to extend with or what he wants to get in, there's the 2-1 for you. He can get the combo here, and there's the extension, the new buffs to the user Ryzen, allowing him to combo afterwards in the corner. S1 now at set point.
Fantastic position, S1. It's all confidence coming out for the Dutchman, but a big block onto the DP, as we can probably send this straight over to the corner. We should be able to on the side of Pepe though. Dashing to get that distance. Really nice to close it out, but fighting out. Oh my days!
Blows heavy immediately to catch the landing right there. Gonna keep all the resources in check and gets the JU. Pepe answering back beautifully in this round. Not gonna let that set point run its course just yet.
Sure that we can get that bit of momentum onto your side. Pepe needing it right now. We're definitely holding our block button right there on the side of S1. Oh, no!
Huge whiff right there. That's going to be a chunk of damage. Not too much because of the lack of stocks.
Tapping, flame carpet out. We can control that face just in front of us.
Even from that distance, it was still able to confirm on the whiff punish.
Doing a whole lot for Pepe right here. Nice side just on the. Oh, never mind. Big BC to come out. It's in. He's saving out just to get this momentum moving.
Tries to go for the run-up flame carpet right there, but Pepe immediately pressing. And again, respecting the DP, and that's worked out so well for Pepe, evening up the set 2-2.
There's a chance now for Pepe. There's a momentum for them. Crowd getting behind Pepe here. As we go to another fifth game of the set. 2-2 now. This is for winner's side of top 24. Obviously, both getting into top 24. No matter what, but you want to be on that winner side. You want to have that security. Not going through that loser side.
Nice. So that's something that has changed with Bilal. The gap between that now is big enough such that you can press a 9-frame button to force a trade right there. As one aware. Nice. So little recovery on the flame carpet means that you can get those anti-airs. Oh. 6XL has the meter to extend. No, goes to the DP. Could have gone for an RSRC to end right there. But the 6XL able to beat out the U Fireball. S1 once again at set point.
I feel like Pepe towards that end of the round as well was just trying to pull out anything from their pockets just to get it to work. S1 had an answer for all of it. 4 once more, it's going to be there, the hit onto the low, the fire, the JU, attempts. Much from it though, as you go for that far haze. Half up to the low as Halo gives us opportunity. Really nice PC to get out of that block stun though. As Flamecarver set up, you now control that space S1.
Again, these jumps trying to approach Pepe, not anti-air just yet. Will S1 find that opportunity to finally find that anti-air?
Fortune set between these two right now as Flamecarver set up once more, taking away Pepe's precious life. As they are around down, they found that hit though, it's into the corner. Controlling that space once more just in front of them. Pepe not caring for their own life though, trying to find that hit, trying to find that moment. They've got skybound. Oh, deck, we nearly had another 2-out.
Yep. Just deter that approach with the flame carpet. S1 not charging up any stocks here, not trying to extend with anything. Very patient, uses his last BP. And it's most likely going to look for the Schneiden. Yes, good block from Pepe. Huge throw. Oh, goes for the Visago. Almost enough. Not quite just yet, but the spot dodge is baited. Pepe keeping himself alive. Final game, final round.
And you can tell on the side of S1 there, the fact that they were going for no stock, they were respecting Pepe so much in that situation. Even though you had Flamecarver out up in front of you, even though you had some help maybe just to give away for it, it was just keeping that defense, keeping that cool. So good for having everyone, but it was clear for Pepe to get that round as we are on our last round now between these two.
Throw coming out from S1. And there's the command grab again. He kept that in the back pocket for quite some time. Not going to build the meter to 100 here. But here's the reset. Another command grab. No, catches the jump. Oh, doesn't confirm off the counter hit. That would have been huge for Pepe. And now this is a really scary situation to be in versus Vertical. Your life is ticking away. But a throw, ever important for Pepe.
Ooh, shimmy to the corner. The BC to nowhere. Just tap it away.
The discipline from both players, no overextensions. The throw comes out. What a spot dodge from Pepe right there! Magnificent timing, and he's gonna get the KO, and he's gonna get the set. Beautiful stuff. Lou keeping that composure all the way to the end. Superb stuff from Pepe. Cracking at the final moment was S1. Could have gone for the flame carpet, but instead the DP. That's something that I would have done, and I would have also lost. So I can't blame him, but man.
What a reaction coming out from Pepe right there. The instant spot dodge to get the punish on in. It was looking like a round to lose as well because there was so much that S1 was doing to throw sort of the latex that Pepe was coming through. Losing just sort of increments amounts to help the flame carpet as well.